Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Start your morning right. I am John Palacio.
And I'm Marlene Cuellar, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Hey, it's already midweek. It's the weather outside is lovely. Slight drizzle, coming over here a while ago. It was slight drizzle, but nonetheless, the weather is beautiful. I could feel that already, that heat to a certain extent setting in. You get some breeze here and there, though. You know, you leave those windows open in the nighttime or in the evening time, and it feels so good. We're blessed. We're in a beautiful country, I can tell you that much.
Right.
We'll be taking a look at the weather shortly and to find out what's going on. So I'll be reading it. All right, here we go. So this is what the weather is going to be like for today and the next 24 hours. In the general situation, it says warm and dry weather continues to dominate.
And that 24-hour forecast is going to be mostly sunny skies today. Tonight, skies will be partly cloudy and shower activity will be isolated.
While the winds will be blowing from the east at 5 to 50 knots, producing moderate seas.
All right. Our high temperatures for today are going to be 87 along the coast, 92 inland, and 84 in the hills.
Lows for tonight, crawling as low as 78 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 72 degrees Fahrenheit inland, and a cool 65 degrees Fahrenheit up in the hills.
All right. And the outlook for Thursday and Thursday night is for mainly fair weather to prevail with only isolated showers.
All right, so now you know exactly what to expect with the weather. You know, one of the things, Mara, especially around this time of the year, I look forward to not having to read the tropical weather outlook.
Yeah.
That's really tough, you know. So we're so thankful that we've got great weather across the country and as expected, and we do hope that we make the best of it.
That's right.
All
Let's
right.
keep things moving this morning with a bit of motivation to get you started. And of course, our eye opener is taken from dailyom.com, and it goes like this. Having a flexible mind makes navigating life much easier, as you're not thrown off course easily. Flexibility is the capacity to bend without breaking, as well as a continual willingness to change or be changed in order to accommodate new circumstances. People with flexible minds are open to shifting their course when necessary or useful. They're not overly attached to things going the way they had planned. This enables them to take advantage of opportunities that a more rigid person would miss out on. It can also make life a lot more fun. Every day we have the opportunity to exercise our flexibility. We can do this in small ways, such as taking a different route home from work or changing our exercise routine. On a larger scale, we can rearrange the furniture or redo a room in our house. If these things we already do regularly, we can stretch our minds by imagining several different possibilities for how the next year will unfold. As we do this, our minds become more supple and open, and when changes come our way, we're able to accommodate and flow with the new reality.
Yeah, this is telling me you're set in your ways. To a certain extent, especially at the top of it, having a flexible mind makes navigating life much easier as you are not thrown off course easily. But for somebody who's set in their ways, I'll tell you what, look, I don't want to follow it. I am so used to what I'm used to. This is my routine. This is what I do every day. This is how I set it out. This is the course that I take. And I'll give you the example. The example is the coronavirus. That threw everybody off course. Everybody off course, this pandemic that we're going through. But the greatest thing about it is that as people, what we do is that we learn to actually curve our lives around it so things can be easier for us, or so we get used to it. It becomes like probably a new routine. It becomes some sort of like that. But on a larger scale, we can rearrange the furniture or redo a room in our house. Yes, we are able to exactly what we're doing at this particular point. Unfortunately, we were forced to, but we rearranged. And at this particular point, Mar, we could see somewhere around 200 and I think probably about 36 active cases going on. So we actually redone the living room, and then we're learning to sit down in the sofa on that side and watch the TV on this side. So there is a change that happened, and the flexibility of our mind, which was forced upon us, have now become nearly the reality. Meaning that you've got the ability to. And there's some people who would go with the flow, there's some people who are sticking their ways, but when we meet together, then we could make the flow for the best of us. Yeah. That's how I feel about it.
I think the pandemic is really a great example of seeing how people exercise their flexibility. And, you know, it was so easy to see how many people by nature were more flexible versus those who kind of have a more fixed point of view on how things can be. And in fact, you'll still find people today saying, you know, let's get back to normal. I'm tired. While others have just adapted. You know, there's a need that came up. There were things that we had to do differently. It was uncomfortable. Most of us don't like it. But many people kind of just fell into it and recognized that this is what we have to do right now.
Yeah.
And it's you see it in everything. You know, they're different personality types that are already lending to either way. But what I love about the eye opener is that it talks about how you can build your flexibility.
Yep.
And it's such an important skill. Very few things ever go exactly as planned. And we learn that repeatedly. You can schedule every single hour for this day, and you know it's not going to work out the way you want to. And you're going to wake up tomorrow, people who are very inflexible, and still think they can schedule every single hour of the day. So I think that there's always room for being more flexible, and you just have to put it into practice.
Indeed.
Like we always talk about it, like building those muscles. These are like skill sets that you have to build.
Yes.
And learning new ways.
Yeah.
It's not just, and I think because one of the dangers is that people see flexible persons as people who go with the flow. It's not necessarily that. It takes me back to an eye opener we had a while back with like doors that open, opportunities, or kind of just changing path.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing. You do it because you are more open to taking it on.
I'll tell you what, Mark. I'll resort to the end of the eye opener and say, as we do this, our minds become much more open, and we change our ways. We're able to accommodate and flow with the new reality. Yeah. And I wanted to, while you spoke, I asked myself the question: at what point, for folks who would like to see things back to the way they were, or the normal as they knew it, at what point do they realize that this is actually the normal?
Yeah.
And at what point did it slip your mind?
I don't even hear people saying new normal
and this, you know, like for me, I was thinking again, like I feel so good when I'm wearing a mask. Like as I move, all right, I need to wear a mask. And I feel like I'm hiding behind this mask, and I feel like, oh, nobody can see me. Only only me can see everybody. You know, so it has become that for me, and I had to put my mind there because it was once hard to breathe with a mask, but now it is the normal. Yeah. That's how life is. Yeah,
and we've adjusted. I think that the part that we do have to be careful of, especially as we're talking about COVID, and it gives us a good time to kind of look at the numbers and what we're seeing.
Yeah.
You know, the country has done exceptionally well. We have done, as everyone across the country puts on their mask, keeps their social distance, washes their hands, not gather in large groups, we have been able to really bring those numbers down. And of course, it's a effort that is tied to what the Ministry of Health does, what the private health institutions have been doing, and just a mass amount of education that is taking place. Yeah. The testing helps a lot. So we are. It's worrisome. It's one of those things where, you know, you don't want to celebrate too early. Maybe people felt that way in like the Super Bowl. You know, halftime you're like, got this, but let's be careful.
Sure, yeah.
And I kind of feel like that way. I think we must realize that this is not the indicator to say, let's go back to what we were doing before.
Yeah,
We're at, look at here, 237 active
There we go.
cases.
There we go.
And we see on average less than 10. That positivity rate is still at 18, but it's down from, I think, 21, 22
Yeah.
when things were at their peak, which is progress. But we're not there
We're
yet.
not there yet. And, you know, there are a few people who, at this particular point, though, and I've got to say it, you know, taking advantage of it, whereby they're out there, they're doing things, they're, you know, blowing smoke into each other's face. And these things are actually online. This is what you're seeing.
In Belize?
Yes, right here. And if we fail to realize this is how you contract the coronavirus, look, while the government have loosened things to a certain extent, or the authorities, we shouldn't take it for granted that you're not able to get the coronavirus. Even if you've gotten it, again, you are able to. And so therefore, we want for you to adhere to all these rules. We've been doing great as a country. Yesterday, I looked at the numbers and I saw zero cases. Like normally, you know, you'd find
In
that probably in
different districts,
Corozal.
yeah.
And I saw for the Toledo district yesterday, they recorded no cases. And I was like, wow, you know. But I guess that was, you know, I was actually looking at that particular area. So we're doing great as a country, and very thankful to the authorities, but very thankful as well to the entire country, everybody on a whole, for we're understanding, you know what, this is what we must do. We must adhere to these rules so that things could be better for our country.
And
you know, we're doing great.
Yeah, and I also, I mean, being absolutely conscious of the fact that while we talk about progress, there are still people who are losing their lives to the disease. So, you know, we cannot celebrate over 200 families now learning to live without loved ones due to this did before 2020. So, and those, I think, are the things that we have to keep at the forefront of our minds. So,
You're right.
it's a continuous effort to ensure that we are following all protocols, because the reason we're here is because we're following them. So, we stop, you know, we might end up right back down that path. So,
We don't want that.
but that's the flexibility, right? That was the eye opener for this morning. Be flexible, continue to be flexible, and continue all those protocols.
Indeed, that's how the conversations flow
Yeah.
right here on Open Your Eyes. So I'll tell you what, we've got three segments lined up for you for this morning. Of course, it is a Wednesday, and so we'll dive deep to a certain extent. The first conversation, though, for this morning is that we'll be chit-chatting with the minister with responsibility for blue economy and civil aviation, and we'll be chit-chatting to that minister about their 100 days in office, what have been accomplished, and what we'll do going forward.
All right. And the second part of the show, there is a Valentine special coming up. The Belize International Jazz Festival will be having a Jazz Valentine special. So, you know, we didn't have concerts. You're not able to go to a lot of places, but we're bringing all the entertainment to you so you can put it on the television and, you know, make your dinner, which you'll be learning later, and enjoy a nice romantic evening.
That's right. Speaking of dinner and learning later, we have for the third segment, we'll be preparing here. It says a Valentine's dinner that can be prepared at home for two. I can't wait for it. Chef Ainsley is going to be in with us, and he'll be whipping up some stuff.
We needed a more
Valentine.
inexperienced chef to work along with Ainsley. You're
So,
pretty
like me?
skilled in the kitchen. So,
You
This
know.
is like basic level for the gentlemen at home who want to cook up something special.
Yes.
Or ladies.
So we're looking forward to all three segments. Here's to wishing you all the very best for the morning. We don't have a birthday shout out, but if it is your birthday, then tell you what, happy birthday to you. We'll take the break. When we come back, we'll be chit-chatting with the minister with responsibility for the blue economy. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Es un hecho que puedes obtener servicios ilimitados con Smart. ¿Cansado de que se corte la línea cuando más necesitas estar conectado? Es un hecho que cuando te suscribes al plan de Smart Plus, obtienes llamadas, textos y datos ilimitados. Y también es un hecho que te puedes suscribir con un grupo de 5 miembros al plan Smart Share y hasta 40 miembros al plan Smart Enterprise para llamadas, textos y datos ilimitados. Smart tiene los verdaderos planes ilimitados. Es un hecho. Sé Smart y vive de forma Smart.
Hola, Tony.
Hey Kevin, ¿qué onda? ¿Qué pasa?
Nada, le vine a buscar porque necesito comprar más mercancías de vasos y platos desechables para mi tienda de comestible. Me estoy quedando sin esas cosas.
No, hombre, fíjate que desde el 15 de abril no puedo importar nada de eso. Y se me acaba de terminar todo lo que tenía hace como 3 semanas.
Oye, pero nunca has estado sin esas cosas. ¿Qué está pasando?
Mira esto. Esta es la nueva ley que prohíbe todo el uso de plásticos no reutilizables. Esos son vasos, platos, cucharas, tenedores, todo eso. Desde 15 de abril de este año no he podido importar nada de eso. A partir del 15 de enero del 2021 nadie puede fabricarlo. 15 de abril 2021 nadie lo puede vender. Y a partir del 14 de julio del 2021 si alguien te agarra con eso, te multan.
Híjole, no sabía eso. Necesito cambiar algunas cosas. Les diré a mis clientes por qué esas cosas ya no están disponibles. Gracias, Antonio.
Así es, cuídate.
Keeping safe from COVID-19 at your workplace requires 100% teamwork. You can keep earning while keeping yourself and others safe by doing some basic things. Wear a face mask at all times in the workplace unless you are alone in your own private space or office. Wash your hands frequently or utilize alcohol-based hand sanitizers and avoid touching your face. Disinfect surfaces like doorknobs, tables, desks, and handrails regularly. Increase ventilation by opening windows or adjusting air conditioning. Limit visitors and deliveries to the workplace and use appointments where possible. Attend meetings virtually as much as possible, and when not possible, hold meetings in open, well-ventilated spaces or rooms that allow for everyone to be 6 feet apart. Stay at home if you or a family member at home are feeling sick, or if you have been in contact with someone who tested positive for COVID-19. Keeping the workplace safe also requires that employees act responsibly when away from work. Practice social distancing and good hand-washing hygiene. Avoid large gatherings and avoid unnecessary exposure to others. Protecting others means protecting yourself. Together, we can defeat COVID.
In partnership with the British High Commission.
Welcome back to Open Your Eyes. We're now moving into our first segment for the morning, like we mentioned to you, with the introduction, the new and innovative blue economy. We've got the minister in with us. He's none other than Honorable Andre Perez, Minister of Blue Economy and Civil Aviation. Well, he's not in with us, but he's on the screen. He's in San Pedro. Sir, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, John, and good morning, Marlene. It is good to be here this morning with you all on Open Your Eyes. It's good to be here. Thank you.
I'll tell you what, for some reason or the other, I'm getting this vibe from you that you're so relaxed. You know, you're calm, you're relaxed. Why is that?
Well, first of all, I'm in the confines of my home. It is normally a time to prepare, to have a good cup of coffee. I'm off to the office to work. And as usual, just finding that balance as an elected representative that you have to respond to as much as 9,000 registered voters. We are the third largest constituency.
Definitely.
So as an elected representative, and of course holding a ministerial portfolio is also another responsibility. So it's a balance between these two, attending to the service of the ministry at the national level. Yeah. And of course, not to forget our people here on Belize Soul, which namely Amber Yiski and P. Cocker.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I know we're talking about blue economy and there's a lot we want to get into there, but we must take a moment to focus on your constituents as well. You are on the island, and we know that San Pedro, Key Cocker, the main tourism hubs, have been devastated by this pandemic. You know, just Give us a quick synopsis before we talk about blue economy, just where we are today.
Well, of course, it's clearly news that the first casualty for our country when we got hit, I think it was right in March 23rd, I can still recall that date.
Yep.
When we were the first casualty, especially in Borgeski, we were immediately placed on lockdown. So we're going to a year already. And I can tell you that it has been very brutal. We have been struggling, and literally the bottom of the tourism sector just fell down, just disappeared. And we found ourselves unemployment. And still, I have to tell you that the statistics still show that we here in the Usual South, Icaca and San Pedro, unemployment is as high as 60 or 65%.
Wow.
And that's the reality, stark reality about it. So going from there, we're moving, and yes, the airports are open. We're getting more relaxed. The measures are being now taking the hours to 10 o'clock at night. But we're nowhere near close to what we were in 2019, not even 20-25% as such of occupancy right now. I can tell you it's very, very low right now.
San Pedro have always been innovative. Innovative minds on that island, I could tell you that much. When we visit, that is what we see in terms of vendors being out there, hair braiders. There are a lot of people doing a lot of things. And I'm sure, yes, as they miss the tourists, I'm sure there are innovative ways of how life is going or ongoing on that island. Can you tell us about some of the new ways of life in terms of trying to make a living that is being reared or actually rearing its head there on the island?
Well, let me tell you, first of all, you did mention at the very beginning the resourcefulness of our people, Icaca and San Pedro. We have always been people who are very resilient, who are very innovative, who whenever we are served curveballs at us, we are able to ride with the tides and receive it in strides. And of course, the pandemic has been our biggest challenge. And you have seen many of our people diversifying, if you want to say that word, finding other ways to survive. Now, it not may be the perfect way to survive, but many of us have been moving. Like, for example, I can give an example of people who are in the tour guide industry. They have now really went back to what is traditional fishing. The hair braiders, of course, there's no jobs for them right now, absolutely none. Many have resorted to trying to sell food. We have had many people who are not doing well health-wise. They have been affected health-wise. We still have that within our community to rise to that occasion and assist as best as possible. It's always keeping watch on our brothers, and that is the community spirit that we have here in Borgeski and San Pedro. And that has helped a little bit, but obviously it's not enough. But I cannot go without mentioning that the resilience of our people.
Yeah. All right, well, let's shift gears and talk about your portfolio, the very new blue economy. I think there was a bit of an adjustment period for people to understand that this is a kind of new terminology that's being used to talk about things that include sustainable development. We are approaching almost the first 100 days in office. Tell us what you've been doing.
Okay. First of all, let me, you mentioned blue economy.
Yeah.
The blue economy is nothing new outside in the world. It obviously is new here in Belize. But we need to make it clear that the blue economy portfolio is an economic portfolio.
Yeah.
It is what encompasses many different aspects as it relates to marine life, marine resources. Of course, the Fisheries Department is under the blue economy. And recently, a couple of weeks ago, the Coastal Zone Management Authority Institute was also added to our portfolio. These two components inherently work together. If you look at coastal management, the Coastal Management Zone Management Authority, it is actually encompasses what is all the blue economy has been. And if you look at the history of it since its inception in 1989, which, by the way, was coined, the coastal zone was formed in 1989 here in San Pedro.
Wow.
With a meeting of what they call the meeting of the great minds. That is how coastal zone management was started. But if you look at it, it is actually fully the blue economy. So to make it clear that the blue economy has been working with us here, we have worked it since inception. But putting all together, which is fisheries and the coastal zone, and there are other different departments that should be under it. But with these two, suffice to say, is enough to what we can do is the blue economy. So what is the blue economy? First of all, we make it clear. This is not an environmental ministry. And that's one of the things that people take, for instance, for granted that, oh, the blue economy, no, yes, you're going to have a lot of marine reserves, you're going to have protected areas more. All of these things that you're hearing. No, it's not. But it's also, we must include development, sustainable development. Yeah. So the blue economy is actually charting the way forward, putting all of these together, respecting our environmental laws, the people who are the NGOs, we want to work with them. and also with the people who want to come and invest, especially in times like these that our economy is faltering. Foreign investment is much needed. But it is our job in the blue economy to monitor, to see that these people are coming. We thoroughly vet them, and that they comply with our laws and regulations that exist here to protect our marine resources, our islands, the coastal zones, and everything. But there's also that equilibrium that we must find there, that we must be open for business. We have to get rid of, mentioned it from the very beginning, about the bureaucracy, the red tape that occurs that often frustrates our investors. And also, we're not looking for these type of environmentalists to come here very militant as well, who is just approaching that it's their way or the highway. We cannot work with that. So it is an approach of the blue economy as representatives to work there, synchronize the synergy between them, investors, and as well as the environmentalists, the NGOs who we really respect and we work along with them as well.
And you know, I think it's long been a situation where Belizeans, as in the general public, we have a sense of pride over the natural resources that we've been blessed with. And we really have been able to kind of build the sense of awareness to realize just what it takes to be able to maintain it. And there has been, prior to this new administration, just continuous challenges in being able to balance between development and conservation. And very often it can become big issues that would either lead to a stall or a total upset from the NGO community. How do you put into place systems or look at the existing systems to find that right balance?
That's a great question. And also that falls into what is called our 100 days plan. We do have a 100 days plan, and I'm happy to report to you that we have much has been accomplished in less than 100 days in the Ministry of Blue Economy. It is there's much more to be done. Yes, we would have loved to accomplish more, but I am quite satisfied with the team that we have here, and that we are actually quickly. It has been more of an analysis to look at what we have first. Is what is remaining, or what we have as the barrier reef, if you want to call it, the marine resources, that it is still rich. It must be protected. I mean, incidentally, this weekend I was down south in Punta Gorda. I visited the southernmost part of the islands, and namely Hunting Key, where there is a fisheries department there as well as the Coast Guard. And I had the privilege and opportunity also to take a dive there, because I'm a certified diver.
Wow.
And I went. I did a 65-feet dive there.
Wow.
And I am sad to tell you that the fish stock there is very much depleted.
Wow.
I am no marine biologist. As you can see that picture there are lots of lionfish, very few groupers, not much. I did not see much of that snappers that you would see in schools when you do those divings. That is a telling story that there is a lot of work for us in the fisheries department, in the blue economy and coastal zone, everything, that there is much to be done to seek these funds. Now, you're talking about finding a delicate balance with those investors who want to come in. Obviously, we have massive projects in the pipeline. I can tell you that much. It is staring at us, and we cannot be that government that is taking the approach of kicking that proverbial can up the road all the time. It has to stop. We must make decisions, but we must make informed decisions. Yeah. We must allow the people to carry out the studies, the EIAs, all of these environmental compliances that need to be done. But there's also, sad to say, that there in their lives as well corruption that lends itself that certain times reports are not as forthcoming. I can tell you that much, and that is occurring here in Bergiski as well, that we will perhaps need to go and revisit these studies. And I'm not calling names out, I'm not accusing anyone, but I believe that if we place the rules and regulations, the laws that exist there, allow it to work, and allow it to be in place, and we do it in a very expeditious manner, that we have a timeline, especially for investors, but we come up with a definitive solution. Notice that whenever we make a decision, there will always be one side that will not be happy. We cannot. And I'm prepared to accept that. As a minister here, you cannot make everyone happy. That's a perfect person can do it. And even the father of the nation had encountered many adversities, especially in time when it's fight for independence. So in the days coming ahead, there will be controversy. Decisions will be made, but we must remain with a clear conscience that decisions that are made is based on informed decisions, empirical evidence that allows us to move forward.
Well, I guess the question
the blue economy.
I guess the question is informed by who? Because we know that there are some structures established when you talk about finding that when you're looking at approval for investments, or you're looking at moving ahead with making a reservation or de-reserving an area or using an area and how to use it. These are all examples of I know, things on your plate. But there are bodies that have been set up, and quite frankly, you know, people are not foolish to look at members and know whether or not it's being stacked in favor of either side. I mean, you are the referee in what has been a very public, contentious fight for years.
Certainly, I want to agree with you that we need to, and that's part of our studies and analysis, and part of our 100 days plan is actually to set up, to become more, having someone to come here to do something, you have to come in and say, oh, you have to go to the blue economy, or rather going deeper, you got to get approvals from the fisheries department. Yeah. You have to get approval from the coastal zone. Yeah. You have to go into environment department. You have to go to sustainable development. You have to go, all of these things create barriers. And of course, we need to consult as well with the right people, thoroughly vet those who are going to be doing the ground studies, because that's another thing also. When that's some of the companies, they hire their own consultants to come and do these studies. And this is where it lends itself to create problems eventually, to be one-sided. And also that is where the advocacy of the NGOs, that they step in there and says, well, listen, we cry foul or something. But all of this it needs to be looked at thoroughly. Obviously, there's many stakeholders in there who are having their voice, and we don't want to be creating chaos. And sad to say, that has been the past. So I think there is a concerted effort and a great responsibility from everyone on board, and that there has to be more consultations to say, look, we need to move forward. We cannot be saying at all times that what we have here must remain and preserve it. What good do we benefit from that? Yes, we need to move forward, but we need to grow. We need to, especially the blue economy, we have a responsibility to grow this economy, and it exists. There is a wealth untold there, especially in deep sea fishing. But we need to think whether what is our fish stock there? What amount of fish do we have here? How much do we harvest? And we must harvest an amount that is going to grow the economy, but we must keep it in a sustainable manner for the next generations to come.
Yeah, you're totally right there. And I think some of the points, or some of the questions that you alluded to there are very, very important questions, because there is no way you could do deep sea fishing by actually depleting your stock there and expect that the next generation will be benefiting from depleted stock. But I also wanted to get back to your 100-day plan. I mean, you campaigned on it, and it's definitely one of those things that got you guys, or got you, as a matter of fact, into office. So while the economy is the way that it is, and a lot of people are actually squealing at this particular point, or let's say everybody, how are you carrying out your plan, approaching 100 days, with lack of financing?
Well, if you ask me the 100 days plan as a representative or as a 100 days plan, the blue economy, not too sure how you're asking me that question. Certainly, there is a 100 days plan as a
blue economy.
As a blue economy, yes. What we have done, as I said, is the analysis that we have there. Yeah. We have done replace, and we realize, especially in the fisheries department, that we have very little resources, very little equipment. We have the boats, for example. Let me use the example down south. The boats, the patrol boats, it's a 21-footer with a 60 horsepower. They have gas every 2 weeks. That is enough to take them from Punta Gorda to the island. Yeah. And then there's only a remainder of 20 gallons of gas for patrolling. And in bad weather, they cannot go. Yeah. That is the type of thing we have encountered. Yeah. So now what we're doing is, strategically, we're having a five-year plan. Mm-hmm. But the 100 days is to actually tie in both the fisheries department and coastal zone together, and creating one group, one body, and looking at resources. That's one of the things that we have. There are resources available, funds available, where we have embarked with many consultants. We have brought in 2 consultants, namely, to bring along us with proposals that are there, funds existing. It is obvious. We are going into 100 days also, close to it. I have yet to submit a cabinet paper, because if I submit a cabinet paper, it's for the seeking of funds. And I know I'm responsible, and I'm a realist that this is not going to happen. There's no funds in government. Yeah. So we got to get resourceful. We have to go back to the drawing board, and knowing that within the blue economy, it exists. And I can tell you that very soon the funds are coming in. We have scored one with the Marathon Alliance last week, and that is coming in very shortly. And I can assure you that these funds are going to be placed directly back into where they belong, so that they put the good use in getting equipment, empowering our colleagues there in the fisheries department who are very much demoralized. They're not motivated because of given the resources, very little resource that they have. That is part of the 100 days plan that we're doing. But can I add also that it is quickly putting together also at the regional body as well, getting on with the regional bodies in Central America and the Caribbean, and letting them know that it is a different ball game. There's a new administration, and we have been hitting the ground running.
How do you structure, let me step back. In your assessment, when you went in and as you complete your first 100 days, where do you see the greatest deficiencies?
If you're talking about both ministries,
we're blue economy right now.
Portfolios.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Both.
So, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Could you?
I was saying both. Yeah.
Yes. I want to focus on blue economy because civil aviation is another different portfolio that has its own challenges as well. But of course, yes, we have a 100 days plan that is working there as well. The greatest deficiencies that we encounter in those departments is a lot of machinery in place. In fact, if you look at the fisheries department, if you go there, that building is totally dilapidated. In fact, there's no repairs. It needs to be demolished. We have to come up with a plan to build a new building there. We need lots of patrol boats more needed. To, especially this week, you heard about the assaults of our fisher folks down south.
Yeah.
All of these things is there. And then we have created a pool of staff that are sitting down here unable to do anything because we're not blaming them. Sometimes they feel as, oh, they're just sitting down and doing nothing. But really and truly, if we don't prepare the tools, give them the tools to do it, they will go and do the work. Yeah. And that is the biggest major deficiency that we found there is the lack of equipment. Infrastructure is seriously lacking in the fisheries department.
So at this particular point, are you satisfied with where you are, or have you exceeded expectations in carrying out your plan for the blue economy with the team?
I have to be, I have to be honest. There's more to be done, but I like to look at it in a very optimistic manner. I would have wanted to have accomplished more in these first 100 days, but I look back and I say that I'm quite happy to what we have done in less than 100 days. And not only by rhetoric that I'm saying here, but if you will consult with our staff there in the fisheries department and now that the coastal zone is on board, that they are excited they're coming on board with us as well. We have accomplished with very little, with very limited resources, right? Look, I think that what we are gearing for right now is to make the fisheries department, the coastal zone management, part of the blue economy. Let's work together in putting a framework for it to become a one-stop shop. Yeah. You need to come in and invest. Yeah. We need to have all of these places. XYZ is needed for you to come and invest. You want to develop a resort on the coastal zone of this country, and this is what is needed for you. And we will guide you, not only just show the papers and say, okay, go about your business, see what you can do. Yeah. It is our responsibility. That is part of the 100-day strategic plan that we are doing to make it easier. But remember, the environment, our country has wealth untold. We have a responsibility to keep it that way for generations to come. Yeah. So that's not only for creating investment more conducive and easier, but that there are laws in place that our fisher folk, the fisheries department, the coastal zone management, and other different NGOs involved will also play a crucial part in preserving what we have there for generations to come.
Yeah. We have seen that, and I love the fact that you alluded to the innovative minds of those living, especially in your municipality of San Pedro. But we continue to talk about fisheries department. We know that fishing is definitely a big part of how Belizeans actually started. What are you seeing across the country, and especially in the coastal areas, with respect to fishing? Are our fisher folk actually saying anything? Are there a few things that they would need or want to see that you're working on with them?
Yes, absolutely. One of the things that we need to do, especially with this pandemic, it glared out to force many people to engage in fishing. And I can tell you that created a problem as well, that because of no type of training or education, as to how to do fishing in a sustainable manner is not there. But I will go further to your question, is that it teaches us a lesson that there is much to be done in the seas to extract the fish. Now, there are cooperatives, we have been in contact with them, and they do need assistance and guidance, technical support. All of these things are needed, and that is what the blue economy is looking at. I go back to what, in particular, to use an example, the deep sea fishing. I think that there is something that is untapped, but we cannot be allowing, for example, international fishers to come in and say, we just need a license to do deep sea fishing. I think it has to be in collaboration with our local fisher folk. They need to be trained. They need to be taught the right ways, how we can go there and do that deep sea fishing, because that fish fetches high prices.
Of course.
And I think that we have to lead that way to do it better and grow an economy. So fishes, the blue economy is...
Let me jump in on that one for a second, because I know that the Fisheries Department has talked about differentiating their fish stock for such a long time. And we know, they're valuable tunas and other fishes that you can be able to get in the deep sea off the coast of Belize. But when you look at fuel costs and what our local fishers can afford to go out to be able to get these high-value fish, it really makes it a lot harder for them to tap into markets like that. Have you explored options as to how to incentivize this kind of differentiation?
Of course, we're looking at these days, the increase of price of gas is always takes a hit. In fact, I've been called by some of my constituents, what's going on here? A new government, and we're raising the prices of gas. Look, if we take the approach that our fisher folks are in the same line as our brothers and sisters in the agriculture sector, and that is where I come in as the Minister of Blue Economy to advocate for these things, not only for fuel costs, but I believe that also we need to look for incentives in terms of them buying outboard motors. See, right now the present system is that an outboard motor is really, when you go to the agencies and you buy an outboard motor, it is called luxury. That's how it's treated,
Really?
as opposed to a farmer who goes and buys a truck or a tractor. It is for agriculture. So it is high time, and we're working on that as well, to make a presentation that it is high time that we treat our tour guides, our fisher folks, everyone in there who are involved in not only in the fisheries, but tourism as well, because they both go together. All right, sports fishing, all these things is no longer, should be treated as luxury, or rather necessity.
Yeah.
That in itself would be a big help in the future ahead, and it can happen. It is something that we can put together. We are working on it that will assist us in growing the economy. So that's the two things that we can do, looking at fuel costs and looking at a special incentive for our people who go and buy these motors for themselves. And it's no longer, as I said, it's no luxury. It is a necessity. It's a work tool. It's a workhorse.
Yeah. When you look at the strategic plan that you're putting together, and you know the realities, especially of your own constituents, what excites you the most in your plan that you would love to see be completed sooner rather than later, and that you know will change the quality of life of people?
I've always been a person who loves sports fishing.
Yeah.
I think that we need to create a synergy that is what we call fishing and tourism might seem two things, but we can do it to merge together. Sports fishing is always big.
Yes.
Not only we're talking about sports fishing in many different aspects, pre-fishing, deep sea fishing, we're talking about the flats right now. That is also creating a boon. If you will understand what is flat fishing, that is actually translates into thousands of dollars. So my dream is one day is to really work in that way, to be able to do it in a very sustainable manner and tag and have, there is actually no empirical evidence as to what type of amount of fishing is being done in sports fishing. That falls under the coastal zone management. That is one thing that can be done. Secondly, I think that there is, I would like to say, look at what is being exported. Conchs, lobster, all of these things are being sent out just as is. It is time for us to look the other way, and I love to accomplish that, is set up some kind of food conservation here. If, for example, the conch, instead of sending it by lumps or everything, why can't we, and we are looking at it, and there's the funds existing, and it's easy to be done. It's not something out of this world. It's to set up a plant, especially here in Ambergiski, to use the conch and add value added to it. Let's do it, and start to put the conchs being exported by the way of being canned or bottled, prepared already for a ceviche. If you want to make a ceviche, instead of you buying it, buy a kind of already cubes of conch that has higher value and more money stays on the island. I would like to accomplish something that in the very near future, and I think we are going that direction.
I would buy that. I don't have to. You don't have to send it to the States. That's less work.
I can guarantee whenever we start that, even before we start exporting, the shops and stores in this country will be lining out to buy it. And I'm telling you, we have lots of great people here, great cooks who know how to prepare these conchs, and I have great respect for them. So it's learning from them, and with technical support expertise that will teach us on food conservation, that we can do it. It is achievable. It can be done. We have the conchs there. Instead of exporting it in lumps, let's do it and can it or bottle it. Very soon, you'll be hearing from that. That is one of my main goals I would like to achieve. And not only here in Ambergris Ski, but down south, wherever the conch is plentiful, we can do it. It's not hard to be done. The funds exist. I know of a Belizean right now who is studying in Mexico right now and studying that very exact program right now with his food conservation in the university.
Fantastic. So moving towards the value-added product, earning more. So that's one of the things that excites you. So let's look at the other side of the coin. What's going to be the biggest challenge in executing your strategic plan?
Obviously, it's a given. Funds is always a major problem at this point in time. As I said earlier, we should have been in the times when the previous administration, when everybody could just pass a cabinet paper and they get approved. I am told the cabinet meetings would last as much as those 2 hours and it's all over. We're going for an entire day having intense meeting. So obviously, funds is the biggest challenge, but we got to get, we have to be smart. We have to be, as your minister, I have to really surround myself with good people, good advisors, consultants who are coming up with these proposals. Indeed, there are many agencies who are offering these funds that can be accessed. But all we need to do is have those great plans and proposals and projects that we can be presenting. And I have great confidence in the team that we are forming up right now. And very soon, those funds are going to be coming to us. And we are going to make use of it. And every dollar is going to be put to it and get value from every dollar we get.
All right. Well, Honorable Minister, I'll tell you what, it was great learning what the blue economy is. But let's continue on with, of course, you mentioned, especially in the blue economy, and I was here sitting down thinking about it. We talk about coastal zone management. What are all the departments that are on the blue economy? And this is, of course, to educate folks so they understand exactly what blue economy is.
Well, let me tell you, the blue economy, if we would be talking about assigning all the different components to the blue economy, I think the Prime Minister would be having a problem with me because saying, listen, you're sitting on the most powerful portfolio there, because what entails the blue economy is fisheries, coastal zone, park should be there, the environment should be there, the port should be there, and the registering of the vessels should be there as well. Even Imarbe should be in my Ministry of the Blue Economy. If you research it, that is what the blue economy is. But it is all a big portfolio. But right now we have is fisheries and coastal zone. Those are the two both that falls under the blue economy for the moment. And it's a lot of work already. It is already looking at, it's going to be packed with a lot of work up ahead. So that's basically it. I don't want to be intruding in other people's ministries. I do have a great respect for my colleagues there. But as it is right now, it is enough for us to have us keep us busy.
And I wanted to ask about that. Let's look at what the past has taught us. You know, once upon a time, there were multiple ministers who bought into a concept of runway on an airstrip on the reef. And we can talk about what that did, but I want to look forward and talk about the fact that while you have the responsibility of blue economy, because it's so closely tied to investment opportunities and tourism and many other portfolios that are held by other ministers, how do you ensure that your plan is on the same page as all the others?
Well, I believe it starts first with me as the Minister of the Blue Economy. I cannot take the approach of, as it was done in the past, to say, you know, this is my ministry, you know, Getina, this is my business, and you do my own. Absolutely not. And I do not get that from the rest of my colleagues in cabinet. Yeah. And I want to make it clear that right now, the Ministry of the Blue Economy and the portfolios that we have there, blue economy and civil aviation, They are inherently intertwined with the Ministry of Tourism.
Yes.
It is inherently intertwined with the Ministry of Sustainable Development and Environment. All of these are all coming together. And we understand that we have to work together. The work that needs to be done has to be a concerted effort. So that is the most important thing, is that we as colleagues, we recognize that to move forward, we cannot be acting in an individualistic or unilateral manner. It has to be a very concerted effort, a group kind of thing, especially as it relates to the blue economy. So many components fall together in the blue economy. And yes, tourism is one of those that fall underneath as well. It's the attitude. I think that's the most important thing that we have, is the synergy that we create with all of us in cabinet. That's important. And I think that's a big win for people right now, is that a united effort is there. It exists. I can feel it. I can sense it. And I can tell you, constantly in dialogue, especially with the Minister of Tourism and also with the Minister of Sustainable Development, who we're engaging soon to meet with some other issues we need to discuss. And that's how it should be. Yeah.
And what about streamlining services? You know, you spoke before of striking that balance with conservation and development. Well, you know, it also then causes quite a bit of backlog in getting able to move things forward. So tell me what you find there and what's your plan?
You're talking about streamlining? Yeah,
streamlining.
Yes, you mean streamlining means like you need to make things easier for everyone. That is very, very important. That is part of the restructuring our plans right now. And obviously, even not only restructuring, but total organizing the entire departments all together must be done. A lot of trimming the fat on the side. That is, some certain things are so obsolete, some other things are redundant, archaic. We are doing the whole thing right there, Malene. And if I tell you about streamlining, I'm not going to finish right now. But I want to use a specific example that falls under the blue economy. That Holchan department, it's a reserve, a marine reserve that is here based in San Pedro. That is used to be a very robust marine resource department there that controls, manages Holchan and Shark Ray. Was left in shambles. But one of those things is that because there was no accountability, the misspending that went there in the millions of dollars, and we're doing auditing right now. But we go back to what you say, streamlining, that now we have to come back and organize ourselves in a more efficient manner. Case in point, someone needs to leave from Belize to go to Holchan. Why do you have to come to San Pedro to get your tickets? We need to be doing it more efficiently, that whenever someone is coming from Belize, they easily get their tickets, whether it's online, e-tickets, the QR codes that are existing. We have to become innovative. We have to let stop that use of cash coming in, direct cash. We have to let it be going directly to the bank. So whenever the time comes for end of month to do all of these reconciliations, it's in there. Part of that is the plan, and not using Holchan as an example. This is also in fisheries as well. We need to streamline it better. We need to make it better for our fisher folks as well. I don't know if, yes, go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off there. I thought you were finished or concluded there. But I also wanted to tap into this weekend. You took a trip across southern Belize. You got to see the real beauty of this country. And I mean,
I was gonna say, don't put him on the spot, because you know those beaches down there in the south are really, you know, everybody should experience them.
So,
but we won't do that to you because we know you have people from San Pedro watching.
Yes. So tell us about where you went and your observations, and what are your plans to make those places even stronger?
Yeah, indeed. This weekend I was in Punta Gorda. I went there to Toledo District. On the invitation of, I want to acknowledge the folks from TIDE, Mrs. Celia Mahong, the Toledo Institute for Development and Education. And the CEO and I embarked on going to down south. So it really wasn't a weekend to go and go party and everything. It really was a working trip that we went there to inspect. It's very tiresome. A long boat ride from Punta Gorda to Hunting Key is 2 hours. You get to understand, you get to walk with people, you empathize with them, the conditions that our people with the fisheries department is. And also I want to acknowledge Senator Bevington Carr, who took me for that dive to make things out there, see how things are going. So as the Minister of Blue Economy, I went there to see firsthand what is going. So to submit a report, and that is what we're doing this week, is to come up with a report and reporting cabinet what is it that we're finding, that it's nothing that's surprising us in terms of resources. But indeed, to highlight what is actually Punta Gorda, it is a very beautiful district. It is remote, but the roads are fantastic. I can tell you the infrastructure there, all the way to the Jalacte border, is, I'm impressed. I think that Punta Gorda can become a district that very soon is going to be at the forefront of trade as soon as we in the very near future, we settle our differences between Guatemala and Belize, which I am confident is going to be resolved very soon. I think that one of the biggest beneficiaries, if we do it the right way, and good leadership, Punta Gorda, the Toledo district can actually become the district at the forefront to benefit as it relates to trade. They already has the infrastructure. But that's another matter to discuss.
Yeah.
The blue economy, we're saying, yes, it's very beautiful.
Well, what you saw were
Very beautiful.
opportunities, and I think that's ideal in itself. So even if it doesn't fall under your direct ministry, you have the ears very close to hear.
No, we have to be, we have to be well-rounded. We
Yeah.
have to be informed, not only just focusing on the blue economy, but we have to be looking at in a national perspective here. I do care for Abergiski. I do care for Kikaker. It is my heart and soul here. I am an elected representative, but I must remind myself that I am serving at a national level.
That's right.
I'm serving our country and people of Belize, and the Prime Minister has given me that has appointed me to serve in that capacity, and I take it very seriously. But we don't forget nobody, and that is why I refer to loving Abergiski, but appreciating the great people of the Toledo district. Wonderful people over there as well. I want to thank them personally right now.
Yeah. Well, before you go, I think we have to tackle the issue of looking at what's happening with ongoing consultations for development. There was a pause put in place, and there's been no status update as to what takes place now.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you clear. Could you please repeat?
I was saying, let's talk about the ongoing consultations for the port developments. There was a pause put in place, and I know that there's a reassessment taking place. You mentioned that earlier. But what is your plan moving forward?
That is a very, obviously, it's a touchy situation. Many investors are coming in and several ports coming in. My opinion, I will give you one time. I don't think we are able to sustain so many ports there. I can tell you that much. Considering, as I said in the very beginning, is to put a pause on it for the moment. Now, I do understand one of the ports already is far developed. For the past 10 or 12 years, they have been ongoing. And I believe it is our responsibility to give them the due attention for them to accomplish what they want to accomplish, since it's been on the pipeline for the 10, 12 years. That would be, I would leave it at that for sure. And expanding the other ports, for example, as it relates to freight, is something that might be needed. But it's just doing that due process to follow. We need to consult. But I tell you that it is going to be very delicate. It certainly cannot be one single decision from the Ministry of the Blue Economy and Civil Aviation. It has to come directly from a national perspective. It has to come directly from the Belize government completely. And I will be playing a part and a role in it as well. But indeed, it's a lot at stake. And I think that several more consultations need to be done. I think the environmental studies need to be done properly. That's for sure. The compliance has to be done thoroughly. It's going to be a long time. It won't be happening overnight. That's for sure. It's the magnitude of that project. All those projects, they're very huge. So there's no immediate answer to that, I can tell you. And I would leave it at that.
All right. Minister Perez, well, we're so thankful that you've joined us this morning. It's always good to get an insight into what new things are. And just hearing the words, the blue economy, and minister with responsible for blue economy, the buy-in must be there. People must understand. Any final words from you before we leave for this morning?
Yes. I don't want to be closing off here by showing the bias for only the portfolio of the blue economy. But, just to remind you that I have the portfolio of the civil aviation, whom I am having a great work relationship with the entire department there. So I don't want them to feel left out. As Minister Andre only dedicating himself to blue economy. I'm not talking about the civil aviation, but I want to tell you that a lot of things are happening there as well in that portfolio as well. Many things occurring. A strategic plan in place, the 100 days plan, has yielded a lot more results there already. And one of the things that we have done there is to work along with the stakeholders. And that involves also the Ministry of Tourism and also the airports management concession company there, who have warmly received us, and working also with the statutory bodies with the Belize Airports Authority. All of these combined. And I think the main goal right now is to make sure that the flow of traffic at the airport, at the PGA, becomes more smoother, and I think we're doing a great job at it, but we need to be more competitive and comparing our results at the regional level, and also that we look at other ways to grow the economy, which is also private flights coming in. A lot of private flights are coming in now. I think in 2019, they registered the highest. It grew exponentially prior to the pandemic. And one of the complaints that they brought there was, in the reports that we get, is that these private planes take a little bit too long at the airport to process their papers as it relates to immigration, customs, Baja, all these different departments. And we have done studies where we compare to the rest of the islands, namely Bahamas and all these places where there's a lot of private flights coming in. Many people who love to fly for travel and sports, they have that as a hobby. We need to lend more attention to these, how to make it more efficient for them to come. Remember, landing at the PGA is the first impression of a person who comes to visit Belize.
Yeah.
You stay there half an hour, 40 minutes, and everything is processed, and you leave to your destination, then it's working.
Yeah.
And that's part of the job of civil aviation, to make these things as a regulatory body, to make things, but safety first. Let's not forget that.
Of course. And due diligence.
In aviation, there's a saying that says in flying, failure is not an option.
Yeah.
But finding that balance. So I just want to close up with that to tell you thank you very much, but that I'm very much paying keen attention equally to both portfolios, the blue economy and civil aviation. Both of them are extremely important. I take them very seriously.
Thank you,
I want
sir.
to thank you for having me this morning.
All right. Thank you so very much for clarity. Thank you for joining us this morning. And here's to wishing you a very good day.
Thank you.
All right, so we're about to take a break. When we come back, Belize International Jazz Festival presents Jazzy Valentine Special. We'll talk about it when we come back. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Technology is ubiquitous, and it's transforming how, when, and where we work. Fulltech Systems is placing award-winning devices in the hands of information workers, allowing them to work without compromise in a world without wires, to innovate, create, and to maximize productivity anytime, anywhere, satisfying the needs of the desk-centric remote and field worker and every other worker in between. We are providing the industry's best devices to businesses going through the process of digital transformation. Partner with us today to provide the solutions that will allow your employees to work effectively and efficiently to enhance your customers' experience. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
In these challenging times, the one thing that is certain is that the Belize Bank Limited is here for you. There is nothing more important than your health and safety, and we continue to make every effort to make banking safer for you. Our staff is working around the clock to make sure you can do your banking conveniently 24/7 using our mobile banking app and online banking and keeping ATMs up and running. We value your relationship with us and are here to provide the support you need. First responders are also out there 24/7. Thank you, healthcare workers, security forces, firefighters, caregivers. You are all appreciated. Stay safe. We will get through this together. The Belize Bank, our country, your bank.
Abigail.
Yes, Gran?
Abigail, I can't breathe well.
Granny, we need to go to the hospital to get you checked out.
No! I'm fine.
Yes, Gran, we need to go now to get you treated. Now, before it's too late.
No, 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 no.
Grandma, we need to go for all of us.
No, no, no.
Stop. If you are having flu-like symptoms, please call us immediately for medical guidance. If you have chronic conditions such as diabetes and you're experiencing symptoms such as shortness of breath or chest pain, please also seek medical attention immediately. We lost a lot of people this year. We don't want to lose you too. Please seek help if necessary. Call us at 0800-664-2273. Continue to wear your mask at all times. Keep physical distance when in public and stay at home unless absolutely necessary. This message has been brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Are you traveling? Effective January 26, all passengers traveling internationally will need to get tested no more than 3 days before you travel to the United States and show your negative result to the airline before you board your flight. Here at Caring Hands Clinic in San Pedro, we administer the antigen test, frequently referred to as a rapid test. Our products are CDC compliant and FDA approved. Testing has never been this easy. With our highly certified and licensed medical staff, we provide you with an accurate test result in minutes, making your experience fast, safe, and easy. To book your appointments today, contact us on any of our hotlines at 671-TEST or 672-TEST, 226-FAST, or our Vonage line at 305-420-6203. Book your appointments online at www.belizecovidtest.com. Caring Hands Clinic Antigen Test Center. We're pleased to serve you.
Love is a connection that should last forever. This February, NextGen is sharing the love with amazing promo deals for everyone. Reconnect or install with NextGen for free. Sign up for our affordable cable and high-speed internet plans and get 1 month free on your acquired service. But that's not all. New and reconnecting customers can now receive 1 month free MyTV subscription when you sign up with us anytime in February. Some restrictions apply. For more information on our promotions and services, contact us at 0800-222-5388 or via our social media platforms. NextGen, powered by Central TV and Internet.
It's a fact that you can access unlimited services with Smart. Tired of being measured or cut off when you need to be connected? It's a fact that when you sign up for Smart's Plus plan, you get unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data. And it's a fact that you can sign up with your group of up to 5 members for Smart's Share plans and up to 40 members for Smart's Enterprise plans for unlimited talk, text, and data. Smart has the true unlimited plans. That's a fact. Be smart and live smart.
Today's COVID update is brought to you by Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price but stay for the service.
Welcome back. Of course, we're moving now into our second segment. This one is all about the Belize International Jazz Festival, and it's going to be a jazzy Valentine special. Now, everybody loves the Valentine. Everybody want to feel jazzy, and we've got a crew in to tell us all about it. Karen Vernon is in with us. She's the event organizer. Also, Ellsworth Castillo, who is the Excalibur Sand, it says here, and Carlos Perotti, artistic director. I got to understand Carlos might sing for us this morning. Guys, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
So the Belize International Jazz Festival, Ms. Kia, you're at it again. You at it again. Tell us about it and how do we move forward with it?
Okay, the jazz, well, you know, the Belize International Jazz Festival is a important initiative.
Yes.
And our focus is providing, creating and promoting a learning environment for not just jazz, but music on a whole in Belize. And with that mandate, I mean, you know, our job continues, it never quits. So even with the COVID pandemic upon us, we decided that, you know, we have to get things done. We can't just stop. So last year we had a competition, and then in June we managed, when COVID was, the rules were relaxed a bit, we managed to have a show in June. And then we decided we'd do a Christmas competition. But because of time limits and all that, we ended up pushing it to a Valentine show. So we had many people entering the competition, and we had a panel of 3 international judges, and they chose 8 finalists. So we decided that, you know, we'll do a Valentine show. So Carlos picked it's a love theme, of course, because it's Valentine. And these songs were given to the 8 competitors, and they were given like 4, 5, or 6 weeks to, if they wanted, arrange or rearrange and come up with their version of the song to be judged in this competition. So that's how the Jazzy Valentine came about.
Wow.
And Carlos, tell us about how it's been going for you. So I'm just trying to imagine how you work virtually. Are you working virtually with musicians?
Yeah, it's rough.
I know.
Very rough. We do 3 or 4 times the work what we regular do.
Yeah.
And this is virtual. Music no is the same thing and the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
Of course not.
It's more practically, and you know, we have problem with internet, and the students don't have the resources, and it's very rough, but we try to do the best we can. And the SCC program continue, and that is one of the sources that we use for this jazz festival.
Yeah.
Many of the students for our department are involved very close to this initiative from the International Festival. We have to try to push the level and self of musicians in Belize. And that's what Karen said, I know it's about jazz. Jazz is the point or a start for this development. So many good teachers, music teachers, music education we have in Belize. And then try the best they can to then a student, and some of them are participate in this event too. So jazz no will dead in Belize. We have hope because so many young players are involved in that, and they have the correct example for go through this process. So that's what we want to do, and we will continue to do it as an educator and as a musician. You tell me about me, how music going? Badly, I don't play for land. No job.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But I know a person will cry and put excuses about COVID and this and that and that. We have to create our own opportunities. And I see so many groups in Belize try to do that.
Yeah.
That is the way we're supposed to go forward. Start to cry and start to blame this and blame that and work.
Yeah.
I think so we can do it. It's just think and be creative. And that is one of the problems we have. Be creative. In this pandemic, you have to be creative, very creative, and find the way for do things. Sometimes you don't get reward. Sometimes you don't make no money. But unless you help somebody else to do something, and also you enjoy yourself to do it. So that's the way I think about all of those things will happen right now.
Carlos, I think there's no bigger reward than than learning skills or becoming better at your skills, and the educational aspect of learning music. So while you might play and there is nobody listening, or at least you're practicing, which of course build your skill and the educational aspect of it.
You have 10 commitment in music. Practice, 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 practice again, practice one more time, practice and practice and practice. This is the art of commitment.
I love that. I think that should just be the 10 Commandments if you want to be professional at anything.
That's the only thing. Less talking, more practice, and you will develop your skills.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
I a 50-year-old. I don't study that what they have to study, and I continue practice.
Yeah.
Because when I teach, that's what I explained to somebody. When I teach, I have to learn the piece what I will teach to my students.
Yeah.
I have to know it. I have to play it. And I tell you, I teach several instruments, so I have to practice several instruments for learn the pieces what I will teach my students. Because I cannot tell my students, I have to show them
Yeah. Yeah.
how to do it. So it's difficult, but it's a joyful and it's a in the same way you develop yourself too.
Yeah.
With this stuff, you still practice and not stop.
I could imagine the patience you had to develop with dealing with
Yeah.
internet connections and
You see the white hair, see?
and even so, because our internet stream, it's not made for transmission of music. That's a whole other other area. But it's, I mean, it's lovely to hear that you have been working behind the scenes. At the end of the day, this is a profession, and there has to be some sort of business aspect to it as well. The work behind the scenes for the Jazz Festival. Tell us a bit about what you have seen with the artists.
I very impressed.
Yeah.
The first show, what we do in July, in June, we have 21 entries. Why I say what? But then what keep me more fresh and happy is because they are youth, 16 years old, 21, less than 25 years. And this is amazing because when you see something like that in this genre that not is so popular, it's important, but not is so popular. And you see so many people try to do something, you get very motivated to continue to do what you know to do. So, and now in this one, we have 16 participants. Some of them, all of them, John. So two of them just have more than 25 years, but they still are youth. So it's amazing. That means I say the future is there.
Yeah.
The professionalism and the skill players in Belize start develop more, and I see some of them that are classical musicians. They start to incursion in the jazz style and combine fusion element of different music to develop the skill, and that is important for me. As an educator, a musician, this is the way. I live here for 20 years, and that is what I want to see in Belize.
Yeah.
It's a slowly, but it come.
Slow but sure progress.
Yeah, I think. So it's only the matter of fact we have to continue to push because we have the talent. Anytime say people have Belizean have talent, but what you do with them? No. You have to work. That's why you have to work and no tag. Let's do your thing. Reward is difficult in Belize. For somebody to reward you and tell you you're good, it's difficult.
All right.
Too much egos. So I don't care about that.
We know that. Yeah.
I know who I am, and I know why I come here and what I do. Yeah. I want to help, and I will continue to do it. No matter reward or not. I don't need nothing. I just need the people. I need the people commitment for doing. That's it.
All right. So let's jump on now to Mr. Ellsworth Castillo. Now this is definitely going to be a big festival. Mr. Cass, tell us about your role in it and how are you pushing forward?
Well, good morning again, and thanks for allowing me on this forum. My role is actually more than one roles, but I guess in the introduction, Marlene talked about Excalibur Sound and Equipment, and that is my company. It's a sound reinforcement company that I've invested some time and some financing to ensure that we have excellent sound, because what I've been seeing is that, yes, we, as Carlos had mentioned, is that we do have a lot of talent. We have the production, and everybody wants to produce some sort of activity and event. Yeah. But my my observation is that we don't have the best equipment and resources. Mm-hmm. So this is something that I've been doing over a period of time, and this pandemic has actually allowed me to go even more in depth to ensure that we have the optimal sound that we can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. All right. Oh, well, then that answers a part of my question with the live streaming of music, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, well, Elsert is also a member of Omalewa, I must say that, and he's also a member of the Belize International Jazz Festival. So his role here this morning is threefold. He's being modest. He's being very modest.
I suspect that. But let's talk about what people can expect. Yeah. So when you tune in, we were joking, you know, it's Valentine's weekend. So we're going to cook some food, and now you can turn on the television and you have not just entertainment, but you'll have great quality music. What can we expect?
Well, Marlene, we have, apart from the competition, we have other entertainment. We have Omalewa playing, we have Chanel Parks, Cindy Burgos on the violin, and then we have our 3 international judges who submitted videos as a part of the show as well. But the competition itself consists of 3 different segments. Yeah. The solo instrumental, the vocal segment, and an ensemble segment. So that makes up the 8 competitors. And as we said, it's going to be a love theme. And the competitors had the opportunity to add their own little flair to the music that they had picked, that we had given them. So when I was at the rehearsals and recording, I mean, like everybody was excited. The musicians haven't played for months. People haven't performed for months. Everybody was just so excited to be there and be a part of this exciting Jazzy Valentine show. So it's going to be it's an excellent show, I must say. And with Rick behind, putting all this together, I expect a really top class show on Sunday.
So how does it work? Will it be vocals against vocals? Will it be band against band, or is it just all categories?
No, the three different categories are competing within their own categories. Okay. So the solo instrumental, we have 3 in that group. The vocals, we have 2, and the ensemble, we have 3. So, they compete. And we have prizes for each different category. And we also have a prize for the best overall person. And then we also have a special prize that the judges are going to pick. Someone who they feel, I guess, has some... They give them some encouragement to make that push and continue playing music, continue doing music.
Was the competitive part the incentive for people to participate, or you just found that people wanted to be playing music again? Hello?
Say it again.
I was saying, did you find that people wanted to compete, or it was simply an opportunity? They were excited by the competition aspect or the opportunity to perform again?
We are a human being. Human being is a creature that like to compete. Si we no compete, we no will be better. We anytime have to compete. But it's a fair compete because most of all of them are friends, studied together, participate in different performance together. So then I think so all of them are friends. They don't have this bad relation in the people. But this is a competition. Everybody want to be the best. Everybody want to win. And why not?
They don't know who won yet.
No, not as yet.
No.
Oh.
Why? Because
Some nail biting on the night of the show.
this is the idea, no? The idea is the judges, the panels of judges is from 1 international and 3 judges from Belize this time. They will watch the show on Sunday via internet, via Facebook, via Channel 5, whatever via they will use, and then will judge them. And I hope Channel 5 give us the opportunity next week for we have another contact with you guys to say in public in this in Channel 5 to the whole country who are the winners. So this will be a panel with the judges, and they will decide and say who is the winner and why they select them and all of those things, no?
Okay. It also says
But
here, featuring our international guests. Can you guys tell us who those are and what we should expect from them?
Well, we have 3 judges. One is from Spain, Luis Cojal. He's a bass player, contrabass player, and also sing. He developed a structure in his music that he play and accompany himself. But the bass no is a accompanying instrument. So he developed a skill that I do some chord and different techniques, things for accompany themselves. So this is Luis Cojar from Spain.
Okay.
The next one is Cinco Payas. It's a group visit us here in Belize for the Jazz Festival. They are from Monterrey, Mexico. They are part of the University of Monterrey. They play fusions, Latin. Most of the pieces are like that. And also we have Never from Chetomal. It's half master degree in music. It's a part of the staff of the University of Quintana Roo. He's a pianist. So he visited us too some couple of years ago, and he have a trio, and he do some of his composition too. They are the 3 judges. Sorry.
Okay. So that definitely keeps the international aspect in what has been traditionally every single year the International Jazz Festival. I know people are certainly going to miss those jam sessions that you used to have at the different restaurants and bars across the country, but you're still delivering quality music and quality entertainment, at least for one night, right here on Channel 5. Karen, tell us the details as to when people can see it and, a preview.
Okay, the Jazz of Valentine show will air on this Sunday, Valentine Day, February 14th at 5 p.m. on Channel 5 and on the Channel 5 Facebook page, as well as the Belize International Jazz Festival Facebook page. I like the opportunity to thank our partners, B-Call and Channel 5. Without you guys, the show couldn't have happened. Also, the Radisson Fort George Hotel and Marina, which was the venue, they jumped on board without hesitation and gave us the venue to rehearse and record the show. Excalibur Songs, which was the official song. JDX Lightwork provide some lighting, and R&D Design provide the decor. So I like to thank all our partners and sponsors. As you know, without people like this, we couldn't put off these events.
So all we need to do is to log on. What time do we start?
5 p.m.
5 p.m. on Valentine's.
You could finish the dinner, and then you sit and you can watch together. The Valentine date is set.
Yes.
Yeah.
So a Jazzy Valentine's special Sunday, February 14th, Valentine's Day, 5 p.m.
Beautiful.
Yes.
All right.
Tune in.
All right. Well, guys, we want to thank you so very much for joining us this morning and telling us all about what we can do to enjoy a romantic Valentine's.
Thank you too, guys.
Thank you.
All
right.
Thank you, Marlene and John.
All right, so Ms. Kay, Mr. Ellsworth, and Carlos, thank you guys so very much. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take that break. We know exactly where to get music from for this coming Sunday, Valentine's, but we'll also show you how you could make dinner for two special. Ainsley is in with us. He'll tell us all about it when we come back. Stay with us.
Doesn't have to have a moon in the sky. My romance doesn't need a blue lagoon standing by. No month of May, no twinkling stars, no hideaway, no soft.
This COVID update was brought to you by Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
In these challenging times, the one thing that is certain is that the Belize Bank Limited is here for you. There is nothing more important than your health and safety, and we continue to make every effort to make banking safer for you. Our staff is working around the clock to make sure you can do your banking conveniently 24/7 using our mobile banking app and online banking and keeping ATMs up and running. We value your relationship with us and are here to provide the support you need. First responders are also out there 24/7. Thank you, healthcare workers, security forces, firefighters, caregivers. You are all appreciated. Stay safe. We will get through this together. The Belize Bank, our country, your bank.
Love is a connection that should last forever. This February, NextGen is sharing the love with amazing promo deals for everyone. Reconnect or install with NextGen for free. Sign up for our affordable cable and high-speed internet plans and get 1 month free on your acquired service. But that's not all. New and reconnecting customers can now receive 1 month free MyTV subscription when you sign up with us anytime in February. Some restrictions apply. For more information on our promotions and services, contact us at 0800-222-5388 or via our social media platforms. NextGen, powered by Central TV and Internet.
It's a fact that you can access unlimited services with Smart. Tired of being measured or cut off when you need to be connected? It's a fact that when you sign up for Smart's Plus plan, you get unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data. And it's a fact that you can sign up with your group of up to 5 members for Smart's Share plans and up to 40 members for Smart's Enterprise plans for unlimited talk, text, and data. Smart has the true unlimited plans. That's a fact. Be smart and live smart.
Are you traveling? Effective January 26, all passengers traveling internationally will need to get tested no more than 3 days before you travel to the United States and show your negative result to the airline before you board your flight. Here at Caring Hands Clinic in San Pedro, we administer the antigen test, frequently referred to as a rapid test. Our products are CDC compliant and FDA approved. Testing has never been this easy. With our highly certified and licensed medical staff, we provide you with an accurate test result in minutes, making your experience fast, safe, and easy. To book your appointments today, contact us on any of our hotlines at 671-TEST or 672-TEST, 226-FAST, or our Vonage line at 305-420-6203. Book your appointments online at www.belizecovidtest.com. Caring Hands Clinic Antigen Test Center. We're pleased to serve you.
yo, Belize, this is Tig the artist, been the hardest.
And I am Young Protege, aka the Traffic Man, and we are here to talk to you about drinking and driving.
You see me? I could party when I ready, especially with my fans them, but I don't drink and drive. Somebody always sober in my squad to drive.
That's good to hear, Breds, because there's no secret that too much Belizeans always they get in a crash because of drinking and driving.
You know, almost 30% of Belizeans reported driving after drinking more than 2 glasses of alcohol, which is considered the legal limit of intoxication.
And what's more, almost 40% reported often riding with a driver who was intoxicated, and over 25% reported driving a motorcycle intoxicated.
This is a serious issue because Belizeans consume an average of 30 liters of alcohol per year, which puts us as the highest consumers of alcohol in Latin America and the Caribbean.
Belize, we need to do better than this, man.
Belizeans, let's keep our roads safe for everyone. Never drink and drive because you can't replay in a real life. Stig says so. Wow. Respect. My dream.
We're back, just like that, we're back. We're now venturing off into our third and final segment for the morning. A cool Wednesday morning at that. We've got a cool guy in with us, Ainsley Castro.
Yes.
Of course, the proprietor of The Naked Chicken.
That's correct, that's
Still
correct.
don't know where you get to that name. But nonetheless, my brother, good morning.
Good morning,
and
good
welcome,
morning.
welcome.
Yeah.
Valentine is here. And everybody wants to know what we can do to wow our Valentine, especially us husbands.
Yeah.
So, what are your plans for this Valentine with the Naked Chicken?
Well, I could get a quickly recipe because, you know, a lot of men like cook, some don't like cook. Well, you know, but I love cook because
I love it too.
That's the way to a woman heart also.
Yes.
To impress her with the niceness, especially if you're upset with your wife. I want to come back in a heart
Or if you come home to dinner cook,
That's
then I forget that you
That's how I impress her, you know, we're about nothing enough for that, you know?
Yeah.
A nice glass of local red wine, you know, and then we move on from there. But today I'll do a quickly show the viewers at home, you know, what you could do, and you know I like promote my little local stuff.
Of course.
Here I got yampe, and I got the
sweet potato,
and I got plantain, so the combination of all come together, you know. I could either mash it or I could do it separate, you know.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, then I got dukuno and also I got breadfruit. I got one nicely steak here for running W.
What?
One cube steak, you know, this is cook in a minute, salt and black pepper.
That
here and that good. I'll do if you love it to your temperature where you like, medium, well done, you know.
Yeah.
How you feel. Then also I got a nicely vegetable kebab. I push a lot of vegetables, healthy and you know. Halalo. Simple. You don't even have to spend about $30 for this meal, I tell you.
And you know, that's what we wanted.
For
we
two.
wanted for
Yeah,
people
man.
who
Yeah,
can't
man.
figure out what to do, or afraid to get in the
Exactly.
kitchen, or dip on a really tight budget, to
Mhm.
be able to put together a nice meal. So let's get started.
Yeah. All right. So for that now, like what I said earlier, I got the yampe, the bubble.
Now, yampe alone already look pretty on the
Yeah.
That bright purple.
All the way for PG. Just come in for the James Bond. So now I mash up this.
So you mash all of those together?
Yeah, together, combine
Whoa.
together.
All right. I'm learning.
Yeah, then you give a nice color
You go
also.
ahead with that, I'll do
All
this,
right.
Yeah. All right.
Flavor it up.
And the sweet plant, the ripe plantain?
Mash ripe plantain,
Okay.
yeah. So you got a combination there.
Okay.
Then John, I assist you if you just don't miss okay, Bobby. Okay, you have to get it and go. Can't know you
What?
married, so.
I know, right? What you mean?
Well, I was the chef for your wedding, so.
Yes, you was. All right.
So,
All right.
Then we take off there.
All right.
That's it.
Here we go.
Yeah, then
You
we
want to
come
mix the colors together?
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah,
I
that's-
like it
Yeah,
separate.
that's correct. That's correct. We're going to mix the color together.
Yeah, look at that.
Colorful.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look at that. Look at that. Man.
So I just dry side of here, Marlene, and I'm going to work on this chicken meantime.
Okay, let me move this out to you.
All right.
So your
Just
mash
wait.
is
Yeah,
finished.
yeah. You can continue mash it because I'm going to put it in a piping bag.
Okay.
Oh.
And then we move from there, you know.
Some people ask how long it take for cut up on chicken.
Chicken, all depends on how you cut it up, you know.
All right, for me,
So
I
you
think
brought us a whole chicken.
Yeah.
All right, this
All
look
right.
good. This look good.
Colorful, right?
Bob.
All right, so I got my chicken here already washed.
All right.
So I'm just gonna take off the breast part of the chicken.
Okay.
Easy.
Yeah.
That's only easy for chefs, I can tell you that much.
And I always remember a sharp knife is a chef's best friend.
Yes. All right.
There you go, we have the breast out.
Have the breast. Easy. You can also buy boneless breast if you like.
Yeah.
Well, I know cook with no skin, you know, that's why I
Real?
name my shop naked chicken.
And the skin are the nicest part?
Yeah, that's the fat.
It's a healthier way to do it.
So
yeah.
I just do a little pocket, just do my stuffings.
Okay.
All right.
So here I got some seasoning. Seasoning on both sides.
Okay.
Some complete, some cayenne, some garlic powder.
The breadfruit. I guess
Yes,
we could move that. We could move that off. All right. Coconut oil.
It's smaller closer to me, I have no problem.
So I simmer down with some coconut oil.
Yeah.
All right. So when I put that in just like that.
Yes,
So what the seasoning you put on the chicken?
That's our complete seasoning.
Okay.
I got garlic
everything.
powder, onion powder, some paprika,
That sounds like a
some
special
seasoning
mix
salt.
that you have.
Yeah.
So this is the only downfall of wearing the mask. You can't smell the food there as it done.
So we got coconut oil.
Okay. So you're mixing the coconut oil
and the butter.
All right.
So we got coconut oil and butter.
So you want for us to lead it over? All right. So here we go.
Yes, I smell a lot.
All right. So it's one of them. Man, I don't want to miss out on that. Yeah.
So you
we
said
good?
this
There
will
you go.
also have corn.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a stuffings with spinach, with baby
Check
spinach.
that out. All right.
Very easy.
Okay.
Like 1, 2, 3.
Now, Valentine is definitely, you know, that you get that romantic air, that romance is in the air,
Yeah.
and these foods are actually a part of it.
Yeah.
So set your mood.
If you go to the restaurant, most of the time, everybody would love to have steak, you know, but you got different type of steak, you got different cuts of steak, you know.
Yeah.
But I like what I tell her running double, I got a nice cube steak where I recommend to anybody.
Yeah.
Easy like 1, 2, 3, and you know, if your wife is coming from home, work,
Yeah.
by the time she start the engine and go hold
Yeah.
it like minutes, hot.
Steak today.
Yes,
You reach them? All right, we are ready. You know, especially with our essential workers, this is a nice time to wow them.
So now I got
So
to
here we go.
Woo! Then
So
I
you
also,
got in some conch, some sweet pepper and tomato.
yeah. Then I got some calalo. Already washed already too.
Yeah.
Then I got some baby spinach.
Check that out. And picking.
Yes,
And
right.
picking. Yeah.
Some
All
more
right.
seasoning again.
Complete.
Really love.
Complete seasoning.
Yes, right. Look how good this done look already.
And in the same pot. Again, once
Yeah,
again, for people who want to do it
because they have
easily.
stuff right back in the same chicken.
Yeah.
So everything will be nice and simmer down, you know.
Yeah. Wow.
See, when you said stuffed chicken, I thought you would stuff it and then cook it. But you
no.
cook it first.
Don't got the opening right here for the chicken.
Done,
right
yeah,
right
cut
here, so
already. There you go.
If you don't feel comfortable, you can push it in the oven for a couple more minutes.
Okay.
So once you can add some breadcrumbs to this and you call it a seafood stuffing.
So once you add the stuff in there, what?
Once you add breadcrumbs to it,
uh-huh.
you can call it a seafood stuffing. You could add shrimp to it, lobster to it, you stuff it with the chicken breast. So then you set a menu. Babes, your menu today is going to be a stuffed chicken breast with our lovers
seafood stuffing.
Alright.
You just make that up.
Yeah.
I love how you created names.
Yeah, so they turn out the right to menu, fancy and nice.
Yeah.
Then for your dessert, you know, you're gonna do a nice little red velvet cupcake for you.
Yeah.
And I go pick one nice leaf flowers out of the garden.
Red bill.
Put it for your
Put that on the plate.
clear.
All right. Yeah.
So the
Coconut.
stuffings and the chicken breast are cooking.
Everything gonna combine together, so I'm gonna stuff it right in that.
Okay.
And what about that veggie kebab?
Yeah. What's
Yeah,
up
that
with
veggie kebab, I'm just gonna do it separate with the steak after that.
Okay.
Oh, that's for the steak,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So you already have that mashed over there, Mar.
Have that mashed.
Uh-huh.
Marlene,
So
can
we're
you
gonna-
put that right in here for me, please? in this piping bag.
Will.
Meanwhile, I get busy here with this.
So while we're doing this, tell us about the naked chicken. What are we having for Valentine?
Yeah, so at for Valentine, naked chicken, I'm doing a buffet, but it's a takeout buffet.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have a full turkey dinner with the full trimmings, and also have a nice oxtail. So that is gonna be on my menu too also. So it's only $15 and $20 if you get the whole complete buffet, and also it's takeout.
Takeout.
And for dessert, it's a red velvet cupcake.
All right, excellent. And on a daily basis, what can we find? What can we find there?
Every day I got something different. I do some healthy stuff. Do whatever you want. Right in the center would be nice.
Oh my goodness, look on that.
Yeah, you can get creative.
I love the colors.
Yeah, I love that the colors don't blend together. So you see the orange, you see the yam paste. This I don't know if that was exactly what you want.
That's well, when you're doing that, that is your portion, you know. So, you picture yourself, you know, like how many you can eat. But also, if you're in a restaurant and a business like me, you know, you want to cut a little bit because you want to make a little money, and then you say, oh, the portion is too big. But nevertheless, it's still nice, you know.
All right.
Guys, remember, we still got to put the veg.
There you go.
So there we go.
All right.
Yeah, that there.
Woo. So now I'm going to put my chicken.
Tender lender.
Open it up. Cameraman, you to catch this. Give me, because it's all about Valentine.
Yeah. Peace and love. Peace and love. All right, there you go.
Look at all those colors.
Complete it too. All right, so we put that back on there.
That, nothing expensive. Very easy.
Yeah.
Pull that up.
All right, so
clear
try
from
to
there.
all right, so here we go. So now the kebab is going in the frying pan. Coconut oil.
Is
it eggplant?
Yeah, eggplant, bell peppers. You can get creative.
Cucumber.
Yeah.
Sweet, bell pepper along with tomato as well.
Yeah. So you can get
what is
creative
that?
with it. This is a yellow zucchini.
The yellow zucchini, and they wanted, there we go. It's right there on the screen.
Some complete
seasoning again. Ooh, look at that. Ooh.
Breadfruit.
And breadfruit.
There's our good old friend breadfruit.
Yep. Man, check that out.
Just gonna do a little quick presentation here with this breadfruit.
Okay.
Just some.
And where we come from? Masapang.
Yes, I.
All right. So you can put that in there too.
Everything. Nothing to waste.
Yeah. Man. All right. So it's looking good.
So the last thing now we're gonna add is the steak.
This is when you get real fancy, right?
Yeah. The steak. Everything gonna do in one frying pan again, like what I said, because it's a combo, no?
Well, are you going to put that right in there too?
Yeah. Look at this. You don't need to wash this. This is done, you know, got the flavor in it. So if you wash it, you're washing off
the flavor. So that's what a skirt steak?
Man, no people that argue with your home about that. You need to wash your meat.
No, you don't got to wash this one.
You put some lime on that.
No, you ain't going to be the beef again. You ain't going to be the steak again.
Thank you.
All right. Put that cube. Put that cube.
Look at this.
All right.
Look at that. Yeah. Great portion too, you know.
All right.
Now you put that in there.
All right.
All right.
So this is like what I tell you.
Quickly.
Yeah. That's like what I tell you. It's cooked very fast, no?
So I put some butter now.
Yeah. So a little butter again.
All right.
And we go from there, no? So everything is about love.
Look at those veggies.
Yeah, caramelizing down.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yes,
I just love the kitchen.
Delicious.
All right, so let's show it to the camera what it looks like. All right, this is what it looks like here right now. Watch that cube, huh? Watch that cube on the
my God.
All right. I love it.
So you know, if it's vegetables, you don't need to cook that long, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start heat up that one time.
Okay. There you go. And there you go.
There's that breadfruit.
Yeah, breadfruit.
Yeah, everything is ready.
Yeah.
If you got some olive oil, it will be nice too.
Okay. Okay. What?
So bring back right back to the same leftover that we use, and you know, get creative with it again.
Yeah. Man.
Easy, easy,
Get
easy.
some purple in.
Yeah, so.
All right.
That is that. Then we got some meat coming.
Your cube to go out good. Look at that. I love it.
Get your knife and fork, because we're going to sample this thing, because we're going to pay.
So today, of course, it's a Wednesday. So what's the special at the Naked Chicken?
Today I'm going to do today I got takari chicken.
Takari chicken.
I got roast chicken.
Yeah.
I got stew cow foot, okra, and you know, some herbs and bay leaf. I don't, you know, that they go on right now as we speak.
Yeah.
You know, I got dukuno. I got a chef salad. So I do chef salad on a daily basis. Because I try to push a lot of healthy food. And I got baked potato, vegetable medley.
Okay. Cool.
Naked chicken is the spot for this Valentine also. I mean,
so for people at home, they can use any vegetables that they want on that kebab.
Any vegetables you can pick, but all of the vegetables are nice. Like plant is nice, the zucchini is nice, and you don't want to overcook it also. Because vegetables should be crunchy.
Yes.
So you know you want to chew it and taste the vegetables. You know, it's not like you're eating a carrot and it's like mashed potato. Hell no, that's not the way at all.
Not at all. Look at the cube.
So here's our cube steak. Got a big up running W on this one.
Yeah.
I must recommend it, and that's a meal.
Right on top.
You don't want to cook it well done, you know. I like my steak medium well, so one thing I can tell you that is ready.
Yeah, ready.
So we do two plate dinner for two. Husband and wife, wife and husband. Which one is you, Marlene? We're a couple for today.
I go definitely with the chicken. I mean, I love my meat, but that chicken, stuffing, that's what I want to try.
Stuffing, So you know what sold it out too? The red bell flowers, the garnish.
Yeah, the red bell. That way, set it off right there for real. So, you know, have to be expensive again.
Yeah.
No, right outside in the yard have red bell.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Have a nice Valentine meal.
That's a lot of love right there.
A lot of love.
All right, Dan, you go serve it to the front there.
All right,
so that's how you will deliver this meal to your wife.
All right. So I'd say, my darling, here is your meal. Happy Valentine. I love you. Yeah, look at that.
And then I would say, you know, I slaved in the kitchen all day with this. But really,
I forget to put the dukuno, so we can go on and on, man. You can get very creative. You can
so what do we say, my love? Would you want some dukuno with that?
Yeah. And also a nice glass of red wine with that.
Yeah. Check that out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Very easy, man. I mean, like what I said, you know, to cook is nothing hard to do. It's very easy, especially when you have passion for it, you know.
Yeah.
So I always say, you know, the way to a woman's heart is through nice food and good food and, you know, present it.
A lot of love.
Yeah,
that's right.
Love. Come from the heart.
That's right.
I'll do it with my eyes closed, where I don't used to do it every day, you know.
Yeah. And of course, where are you located?
Right on Mahogany Street. Right across from the police station, Do a nice cones fritters in the evening time, you know, a belican butter cones fritters.
Yeah.
Nice with a nicely dipped sauce, you know. And also I got a little variety of burger combo the evening, wings, you know, I got a nicely pizza combo on Friday.
You know what I love a lot about going there? The variety is so much that I could actually mix it up because I get fried fish. I could get that with fries, or I could get that with fried beans. I could get that with tortilla. I could get that with fried jack. I could get that with Johnny cake. Yes, I could get that with masapang or breadfruit. We could get it.
Kitchen, but the variety of food we're pushing from out there is no joke, man.
Definitely.
But it's nice though.
Well, that's the way it is.
Ainsley, there's no reason people will have any excuse to not get in the kitchen this weekend and cook up something special for their loved one.
That's correct.
Right? Even if you've never cooked before, this was easy enough for you to be able to do.
Totally agree with you.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, buddy.
And once again, your Valentine special is this Friday,
This Friday, that's correct.
And it's going to be
coconut rice and beans. I'm going to have potato salad, cranberry, stew oxtail in a belican stout. And also we're going to have garden salad. Dessert going to be coconut tart, lemon tart, and a nice red velvet cupcake.
So one question before you go. This Friday it's going to be that.
This Friday.
And it's going for what? $15, I think, somewhere
15,
around.
15 for the turkey and the ham. If you want it with the oxtail, it's going to be 20.
And the delivery?
Yeah, I got a run-man service.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a run-man service. And
the
also,
numbers are there right on the flyer.
So that's going to be from 11 to 2 o'clock.
All right. Ainsley, thank
by
you,
2
bro.
o'clock that was done, but still nothing wrong to give it a try. Would always go fast, you know.
Oh, man. Ainsley, thank you, man. It was nice having you in. It was nice having you in.
No
Easy
problem.
for Valentine. Why not the naked chicken? Huh? You do what you've got to do. So we're going to take this final break. When we come back, we'll be wrapping things up. And yeah, that's going to be Wednesday. We'll be right back.
If we are only as strong as our families, businesses, institutions, and the communities that surround us, then by giving businesses the power to grow, entrepreneurs the ability to expand, and by giving our families the right to own something, the Belize Bank gives you the power to build a nation, our nation. We are stronger together. The Belize Bank, our country, your bank.
Are you traveling? Effective January 26, all passengers traveling internationally will need to get tested no more than 3 days before you travel to the United States and show your negative result to the airline before you board your flight. Here at Caring Hands Clinic in San Pedro, we administer the antigen test, frequently referred to as a rapid test. Our products are CDC compliant and FDA approved. Testing has never been this easy. With our highly certified and licensed medical staff, we provide you with an accurate test result in minutes, making your experience fast, safe, and easy. To book your appointments today, contact us on any of our hotlines at 671-TEST or 672-TEST, 226-FAST, or our Vonage line at 305-420-6203. Book your appointments online at www.belizecovidtest.com. Caring Hands Clinic Antigen Test Center. We're pleased to serve you.
Es un hecho que puedes obtener servicios ilimitados con Smart. ¿Cansado de que se corte la línea cuando más necesitas estar conectado? Es un hecho que cuando te suscribes al plan de Smart Plus, obtienes llamadas, textos y datos ilimitados. Y también es un hecho que te puedes suscribir con un grupo de 5 miembros al plan Smart Share y hasta 40 miembros al plan Smart Enterprise para llamadas, textos y datos ilimitados. Smart tiene los verdaderos planes ilimitados. Es un hecho. Sé Smart y vive de forma Smart.
And we're back.
Just like that, we've come to the end of our show for today, but we had 3 wonderful segments. As a matter of fact, we got things kicked off with the minister with responsibility for the blue economy and, of course, aviation. Great conversation in terms of the 100 days, which is approaching, and what is expected forward from there. So thank you so very much, Minister Perez.
All right, and remember, this Sunday at 5 p.m., it will be the
Valentine's Jazzy Festival.
That's right.
It's going to be a great one. It's a competition. And within this competition, you're going to get great music. So why not have good food, good wine, and of course, great music with the Jazz Valentine Festival?
in the comfort where you are most safe at home.
Yeah.
So that happens, of course, at 5 p.m. You can catch it live on Channel 5. You can find it on our Facebook page, where it'll also be streaming, and on the Facebook page of the Belize International Jazz Festival. You definitely don't want to miss it.
So, like we mentioned, good food good music, good food. Yes. Ainsley, thank you so very much.
Yeah.
Ainsley is the proprietor of the Naked Chicken, which is located right there on Mahogany Street. This Valentine, he's got some special going on. And this Friday, he's got something big going on. It's going to be a buffet, a Valentine buffet. And it's going for about $15. You go on down there, you get what you need, and make sure that you take advantage. We had a wonderful time.
Yeah. 1 scoop or 2 scoops for that buffet.
Yeah. So if you check it out down there, we've got the food that he prepared for us this morning. Excellent, excellent combination of food. And it was quick as well. So thank you so very much.
All right, and of course, he worked with an estimated budget of, I think he said $30,
about
right?
$30.
$30, that's what you're able to create from, that's what we were able to create this morning in such a short time, right?
Yep. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to wrap things up. Thank you so very much as well for joining us this morning. If you've got any questions, any concerns, you could drop us a line at oye@channel5belize.com.
You can also drop me a line at Marlene_OYE at channel5belize.com. Find us on Facebook at Open Your Eyes BZ.
Or you could find us on Instagram at OYE Belize.
And remember to tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 when you open your eyes.
To start your morning right. As per usual, keep your eyes, your minds,
and your hearts open. We'll see you soon. Enjoy your day, Belize. Ooh.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.